What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. And I'll be covering tonight's game, Napoli versus Milan, but I'll also be touching on the games that I didn't have the opportunity to cover. So it will be like a summary, more like in detail analysis. So yeah, regarding for this game, to be honest, I don't know what is happening with this club, or maybe I know, but sometimes uncomfortable conversation come up, and Milan fans either react too emotionally and kind of miss the mark of seeing things from a bigger picture, or either react in a biased way and kind of like sugarcoat stuff and don't want to admit the actual stuff that are happening. So that is a really important thing when it comes to Milan, is accepting what is happening with the club and accepting what could be the potential solution, even though it may not feel comfortable to discuss and to actually take action on. So yeah, generally speaking, for me, I've spoke about our coach a lot of times, but you can see that he's not a world-class coach. You can see that he's not a guy that could take us where we used to be. So me as a Milan fan and as a football lover, at first I love to see my team play juicy football, champagne football, and that kind of football that you can't wait to watch and you just enjoy it. And even if you get bad results, you are not disappointed because you can see the long-term success and the long-term moving forward. But when there are no performances, when there is no mentality, when there is no actual things to base your positivity on, it's kind of hard to remain positive and optimistic about the future. So it's really important for us as Milan fans to acknowledge that. I know I'm speaking in very generic terms, but I will also be discussing about the games. So yeah, I just want to say about Pioli that Pioli doesn't really have what it takes to make us successful as we used to be. And this is where the World War III happens in Milan community, because Pioli in, Pioli out, Pioli in, Pioli out. It's not about having an agenda against the manager, it's not about resenting the manager, and it's not about taking it personal or from a place of anger. It's more about choosing the right thing, choosing the right solution for the team. So when it comes to that, I will share my opinion, and feel free to let your thoughts as well down in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video. So yeah, my opinions for Pioli, I kind of concluded them. But look, I wouldn't be shocked if we won the Scudetto this year. I wouldn't be shocked, because we've done it once with this manager. I think we can do it again. Why I think that is because Serie A is not very competitive. The only team that I feel that can really compete for that Serie A, not even compete, just like are very strong candidates to win it, is Inter. Juventus plays horrible football. Napoli very inconsistent. I don't trust them to. I think they're good enough to be in the top four, more than good enough, but I don't think they will win the title again this year. Then who do we have? Roma, Lazio, the Roman teams. I don't trust them either. Am I forgetting someone? I mentioned Juventus, Atalanta. No, I mean, it's just, yeah. The only team is Inter, to be honest. And when it comes to Inter, they are not having any injuries like we have like a ton of injuries with I'm just going to mention like the big players, but Pulisic tonight was got injured, and we have Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who I was kind of cautious with him when we signed him because I thought that he was going to get injured, because that was his struggle all along during his time in Chelsea, and those patterns are starting to occur here as well. So we need to make sure that we take care of him well. And first of all, in the beginning of the season, he started strong, very physical, and I thought that he also had cover, like for example Yunus Musa, to rest, but the weeks are going and he's not returning. He was expected to return for a week or two or something, and he's not. So that's very important for us to have our players, first of all, because I want to like to draw the entire picture, the bigger picture. I don't want to say Pioli out or whatever, it just be very one-dimensional, because that's not how you analyze football. And there are multifaceted things happening here, which when you dissect all of them, you can understand better and have more clarity of what is happening. With Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I said what I said. Then with Pulisic, hopefully it's not the same case as it was in Chelsea, otherwise. And I think injury of Chukwueze was like a domino effect to Pulisic, because he had to play extra minutes, he couldn't rest, he had to play full games mostly. And that's the thing. And now we don't have the right side at all. Imagine a midfield of Reindeers, Benacer and Loftus-Cheek. That's a very different midfield from what we have been playing in these last 4 games. Napoli, PSG, Juventus, and what was the game before Juventus? I forgot. Yeah, I think Genoa. I think it was Genoa. Yeah, it was Genoa away. So yeah, just yeah, a bit unlucky there, but no, it doesn't come to being unlucky. But anyway, Milan, Pioli, he is not respected from his own players. He is not respected from Rafael Leao, from the big players. They love him. He's like with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in Manchester United. They love him, adore him. What a good coach, what a good friend to have there. But you don't respect him, really. People say you have to fear your manager. I don't believe that. I don't believe that you have to fear your manager. And maybe I understand what they are trying to say, but I don't think that's the right way to put it. It's more like you respect your manager, and you know that when it comes to authority, your manager is your manager, and it's a higher level of authority, and it's for you. It's there to lead you. It's there to make you better, to nourish you. And if you don't see it like that as a player, you will not respect your manager. You will do as you like. You will listen to him very minimally, not specific details. Like you will be lazy. A lot of different stuff that players do. For example, Rafael Leao, he's playing like he's playing in the streets. He has all the talent. He has all what it takes to be world class, to win Ballon d'Or, blah blah blah. But that's all talk. Talk is cheap, because you have to do it. You have to do it. You have to live up to what you have inside. And if you don't, it means that you are not taking it seriously. You're not very passionate about it. You're not. There is some block that you don't really care. You don't really choose to do that. You don't really choose to be that player. You choose to be in a certain position, and that's fine. But you have to be disciplined, and you don't have to be treated any special than other players, because technically you're the best player, blah blah blah, but you're not playing for the team. You're playing for yourself. You're doing dumb things, trying to chip the goalie from outside of the box, playing like you play in a random night with your friends, streets. It's not professional. And for you to win trophies and to be serious, you have to be professional. And that's where the manager comes. That's where Pioli has to discipline him. And he has done it several times and nothing has changed, which communicates to me that either Pioli doesn't give him his players instructions, or either he does that and his players don't respect him. So it's a two-way to see it, but one core thing that two ways have is that Pioli is not being honored, is not being respected, is not being listened to, which means that we have to get rid of him, because we have to bring a manager that fits those boxes and the players, and he is a good manager that can manage the players. Because if Pioli cannot manage the players, then no matter how good vibes are in the dressing room, if they are not translated on the pitch, it's not worth it. And the best vibes are actually when the team is happy both on the pitch and off the pitch. So when you're winning, you have good vibes, everything is all rosy, and that's the ideal thing to have. Also, Milan fans have to remember that we are not in a banter era anymore. We're not playing in a cold, rainy night on a Thursday in Portugal, Rio Ave, and barely making it through to Europa League. We're not there. A lot of players now that have grown and matured are still here from that time, but we're not that team. We're a different team. We have to raise the standards. I mean, my standards personally were always high, but now since we have won a Scudetto, been in the semi-final of Champions League, are pretending that we are Scudetto one of the main competitors for the Scudetto this year as well, you have to keep the standards high as a Milan fan. Otherwise, just if you're content, if you enjoy watching average football, watching the coach make stupid mistakes, watching the same patterns keep repeating again, and no one is accountable for those, no one is responsible for those, go ahead, do that. I won't accept that. All of Europe, because I watch the English media, I watch YouTube a lot of different YouTubers, and a lot of different platforms about football. And actually, Milan is not mentioned the same way we used to be. Milan is not respected anymore across Europe. We are seen as good as we are seen in Italy. In Europe, we are seen very average. We are seen like a decent team. It's nothing to be scared about. It's not a threatening team. We are like a Borussia Dortmund in Europe. That's how they see us. Maybe a bit better. Just a bit better, not a lot. Nobody takes you seriously. They respect you for your history, blah blah, but they don't respect you on the pitch. And Milan fans think that we are, oh my god, Milan, but they are not seeing like the bigger picture. And I'm not saying that you have to get the attention from outside, because that doesn't matter. What matters is what's happening inside, within the club, within the pitch, the progress and everything. And I'm all there when the progress is happening, how it was. But if it's showing that it has leaks and it's starting to stop and stagnate, then we have to change stuff. We have to pivot. We have to go in another direction. We have to find other ways to keep the standards to go higher and higher and higher. And for now, the way to do that is to, I wouldn't say sack Pioli right now. I would probably say see where we are. Let him go through this Champions League group campaign, and if we don't qualify through the groups, if we go to Europa League or don't or completely fail to go to or completely go out of Europe, then he needs to be sacked. He needs to be sacked. And I don't care if we are first in Serie A. I don't want to wait to. I don't trust Pioli to maintain that position to the end of the season and win us a Scudetto. I know that was the case 2 years ago and it was our first time in the Champions League. We were in a group with Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, and Porto, and we performed decently. We had some very bad refereeing decisions, like with Atletico Madrid at home, and we had some very interesting scenarios there that made us get out of the group, but we showed something there. And I think that if we may come out of the group, who knows, maybe we wouldn't win the Scudetto that year. So it all perfectly aligned to that. And we were seeing Leo was playing crazy, amazingly. It was a year that he was like, okay, I'm this guy, I'm the guy. But now he's not like that. And Giroud was obviously younger. Theo was playing out of his skin. I mean, the team was very, very different. The dynamics were very different. Ibrahimovic was at the club, and I think one of the main reasons we won the Scudetto is Zlatan. Uncomfortable conversations for Pioli FC, but Zlatan was one of the key reasons. Maybe even bigger than Pioli. I don't know without Zlatan if the players would have the same belief and aura to actually go and win that Scudetto that year. If Zlatan wouldn't be there, I think they were too young at that time and too inexperienced, and Zlatan was what they needed to go over the line. And yeah, there are a lot of different stuff that differentiate from this year. This is why this year, if we fall out from the group and we are still in the first place, I wouldn't trust Pioli to maintain that. I really wouldn't. Because Newcastle, we should have won, bottled it. I don't blame Pioli for players losing chances, but it's a results business. Dortmund, I don't know what to say. Dortmund, we still didn't convert the chances, and players have to learn from that. Then PSG was a complete embarrassment. It was a disaster class, and players are not showing up, man. Players are not showing up. The mentality is not there, and the mentality should emanate from the manager. The manager should shine a light on the players, and that light of the manager should reflect on the performance on the pitch, which with Pioli it's not happening this year. I'm not saying like we are like Manchester United, Chelsea, or like we're playing terrible, because we're still playing good, but against what big teams did we play really good and actually won? Really big teams. Really big teams. Napoli this year is not the same. And Napoli, I don't know, we're just their kryptonite, so it's a bit different. And even like Italian teams in general. In Italy, I think we can beat anyone, like even Inter, even though they are demolishing us. we on our day we have showed in the past that we can beat them too. But in general, in Europe, the last big team that we have beaten, non-Italian team, is Atletico Madrid. Imagine. Chelsea battered us with Graham Potter. We lost twice against Liverpool. We won against Atletico Madrid. Spurs is not a big team, so I'm not considering them. PSG we played, we got battered. I hope next week or 10 days later, 10 or 30, I don't know, the next PSG game at home we win, but we haven't showed any like big really big results against big teams. So if you want to maintain your standards and if you want to paint this beautiful imaginary future picture for Milan, you have to be based on what and the patterns on what is happening, and the patterns are these are the facts. Football is a strange game. You never know what could happen, but that's not how you analyze football. Otherwise, don't do it at all. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this channel. So yeah, man, Pioli, he needs to really turn things around completely, and I mean by starting in outside of the pitch, having players trust in him, having players listen to him, not do what they want to do on their own. Where is Theo Hernandez this season? Where is he? He was supposed to be the best left back in the world. Supposed to? Where is he? Where are his runs? Where is his threat in the games? Where is like that fire that you always see in him? Whenever he gets a ball, like he's just gone. Where's the left side? Leo is getting boring. Like you're trying to shoot from crazy places and go do what you do best. Go run to the line and assist. What won us the Scudetto? Your assist, running to the line. That's your power. That's your strength. Pace and power. Go to the line, beat the players, and assist to your forwards. I know you want to get more goals, but you will get goals when you do that, because other spaces, other opportunities will open. It's about team game. It's not about self game. It's about the collective. It's not about being selfish. And I think I had someone else to cover as well. I forgot. I mean, I can talk about positives like Tomori and stuff, but I think the positives have their day as well, but today won't be that day. Today is a bit different because sometimes we have to have these uncomfortable conversations that need to be had. We know what are the positives. We know Tomori is amazing this season. We know what Maignan is. We know... I'm lost for words, actually. Who else is playing well? Really well and standing out. I mean, Yasin Adli, who didn't even play tonight. It's crazy. But yeah, with Tiani Reindeers, for example, I don't know. He's very mature. He's very mature. He has all the potential, all the skills, all the technical side of things, but he lacks in conversion. He either holds the ball too much or doesn't hold the ball as long as it's needed. He either powers his passes or he shoots wide and creates opportunities for nothing. Like there are these a lot of details that I can talk till tomorrow. But yeah, Milan fans, we're not in a banter era. This is not a banter era. Stop comparing us to a banter era. And for people that are Pioli in, you cannot. If something is not going right and everything is pointing to the manager, you cannot remove 20 players. You cannot do that. That's not possible. This is why the manager is the one to have all the responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, and you should be having that and owning that responsibility. And Pioli doesn't own it. Even in his press conferences against PSG, we played good for 60 minutes. But bro, the game is 90 minutes. It's not enough. It's not good enough to play good for 60 minutes. And I don't think that even we played good. Like, we were staying on the game. It's not that we played good. But anyway, that's I don't want to go to games individually, but let's just call a spade a spade. Pioli is not showing any signs of growth, and how is he knowing? Is he not showing any signs of growth? He's not accepting his mistakes. Therefore, he is not accepting to learn. He is not accepting to grow. He is resisting that, and when he resists that, means that he's choosing to stagnate. And when he's choosing to stagnate, the stagnation will reflect on his team, on the players, on the pitch. It's really easy. It's not about having an agenda against Pioli. It's not. I want him to succeed, win the Champions League, win everything. I want that. I really want that. I want to win our next game against Udinese. I want to win against PSG 5-0. I want to come here and say, Pioli, you know what? Respect. I want to do that, but when you see something, you have to say it, and you have to really be honest about it. If you want to maintain the standards, if you don't want to, yeah, we can be in a banter era. We can be nearly qualified for the Champions League. Nearly beat that team in the Champions League, but we didn't win anything at the end of the season. So, but we nearly FC. You know what? Like, I don't want to be nearly FC. I want to say we did it. We did it, FC. I want to say we actually did what it took to do. We have what it takes to do it again. That is what I want to say. It's not about Pioli or I like him, I don't like him, I like this player, I don't like that player. You know how I was talking about Leo. You know how much I love Leo. But no coach, manager, player is bigger than this club. What can I say? That's how the standards need to be seen from our fan base, and that's the way to move forward. I'm not a director manager of the club to say I would bring this manager or manager, otherwise I would be paid the amount of money they get paid. But you have to move forward and find a better solution. Find a solution. Not stagnate. No. Stagnation is, we cannot stagnate because other teams are progressing. And there is no time to stagnate. You will be left behind and it will take a long time for you to come back again. It's a law in football. It's a law that happens to big teams especially. You see it a lot of times. Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Juventus now, Barcelona as well. They are not, I know they won't league, but they are not the Barcelona we grew up on. Like, there are a lot of big teams that are experiencing that. So you cannot stay behind. And I watched Man United Man City game today, and I enjoyed, like, literally, I enjoyed watching Man City play. It's simple, effective, strategic, a very intelligent way of playing football, and beautiful to watch. I'm not saying everybody can be Pep Guardiola, but you can be better, and you can utilize your tools to a much higher degree than you are than you are doing for Pioli. So I think this was all I had to say. I will try making more content. Probably I will do, but I'm moving apartment, so that's not a reassured thing to do or to say, but I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. So thank you guys for watching. If you watched till the end, please comment to let me know what are your thoughts about any point. Don't disagree with me. I'm very open-minded and open to discuss and to actually, like, really analyze this kind of stuff. So comment, like, subscribe, do all those things, and I will see you the next time. Bye.